the brother is explaining is correct. And what he's trying to do is, you already know a little bit about the Israelites, right? So I don't have to go into too much depth. But what he's explaining is our origin as a people. You understand what I'm saying? And the problem is, a lot of times, we as a people, we're religious people. And we have a tendency to gravitate towards religion. For lack of a better term, we have a tendency to gravitate to religion. Meaning we always, as a people, seeking out who our God is. We always trying to figure out who we were, who we are, because we understand we had a history prior to the slave ships, right? We should, but we don't. We don't. So what the officer is bringing out is, he's talking about the history of Moses, because he's trying to show you the curses that were put on our people for an indefinite amount of time. Now, the first thing I want to deal with is you saying that the Bible took from other sources. When in fact, when in fact, that's not true at all. Give me the book of Genesis chapter 6, and then give me 2 Peter chapter 2. That's not true at all, and that's what we're here to share. Because at one time, you see all these brothers, we don't all come together because during the
that's what I'm glad to see. Even though we have different opinions and stuff, that doesn't matter. I'm glad to see. That's why I stopped.
I understand, but we all have the same opinion.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
I understand that.
And what we lean on is the word. So watch this. Watch this. Give me the book of Genesis chapter 6, verse 8.
The book of Genesis, chapter 6 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord.
So his history tells you that Noah precedes the Samaritan text that you're making reference to. Yes or no?
No.
He does.
How is that possible?
Because the Egyptians come from Noah's son.
Egyptians were an offspring of Samaritan civilization according to their Sea. I just read that.
This is what I'm saying. Read.
Verse 9.
Oh, okay. I know what you're making reference to. You're making reference to Samaribis. That's what you're making reference to. That time.
Not Samaribis. You're talking about.
What's his name? Tammuz.
Inky.
The first Babylon.
All of those cars, but those were the gods like that. So Babylon came later. You got Egyptian civilization. Samaritan civilization was the first civilization. Then the Egyptians, then the Babylon. Then the stories of Adam and Eve and
watch this. Give me Genesis chapter 2. Because I start with Noah, because a lot of times our people try to tie us to Egypt. But if what you saying, listen to what I'm saying, most of the time, I'm not saying you, most of the time, you understand what I'm saying? So if you want to predate something that goes back further than Noah, then I can go back a 7, I can go back further than what you're talking about.
That's right.
Give me the book of Genesis chapter 2. Give me, let me see where we at. Read right here. Let's read 1 to 4. You familiar with who Adam is, right?
Adam, you talking about, as we know in the Bible?
Adam, the first man.
Yeah, the first. They speak of Adam as man himself. But go ahead.
Adam, the first man.
Genesis chapter 4 and verse 1. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain.
So this is Adam. Said he knew his wife, meaning they had children, right? And they brought forth a son. His name was Cain. Read.
And said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother, Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground.
So Abel was a shepherd, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. You with me? Read.
And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord.
So it said Cain brought fruit of the ground as an offering unto the Lord. So what you're reading about is the first institution of sacrifice.
That's right.
Read it again.
Verse 3. And in the process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering,
And what?
an offering,
And what?
an offering.
So a lot of our people think the laws started with Moses when they came out of Egypt. The laws was instituted from the very beginning with Adam. Let me finish my point.
Unto the Lord. And Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and the fat thereof.
So Abel brought the firstling of his flock and the fat thereof, because that was the ordinance that was given back to us in the time of Moses, because we fell away from the commandments when we went to Egypt. Slavery. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
4 people on earth.
No, it's more than 4 people.
So if there were 4 people on the earth for 10 Abel, or there was more people?
It was more people.
Where did people come from?
Giving to you the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 3.
You got answer right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Most of the time, the Christian Bible will take that stuff out. Go ahead.
This ain't the Christian Bible.
All right.
See, what you got is our people used to rule Europe for 1,000 years. We don't know that. For about 1,000 years, black people rule Europe, and they call it the Dark Ages. And when you ask in school, you ask the white man why they call it the Dark Ages. They'll tell you because that's when civilization ceased and innovation had ceased in the earth. But really, it was because black people that look like me and you was ruling Europe.
That's right. Always have.
King James, that authorized the translation of the Bible, was a black man. He sat on 2 thrones at one time. He was called King James the First and the Sixth.
King James the first or the second? There's 3 King James. Now, which one are you talking about?
I just told you which one. The one that sat on 2 thrones at one time. He was called King James the First and the Sixth.
That's right.
He was a black man. King James was a black man. He wasn't a white homosexual.
We gotta stop calling each other black and white. We gotta say.
If I tell you, if I say King James was an Israelite, he ain't gonna know. My job is to edify everybody.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm gonna use layman's terms so everybody can understand.
There we go.
King James was an Israelite man.
That's right.
That ruled Europe during the Dark Ages. His grandson was called the Black Boy. In England, there's bars and pubs set up in commemoration to his grandson that was called the Black Boy. You understand what I'm saying? So read that again. No, right there. Stay right there. So your question was, where did these other people come from? Were there other people in the garden? Yes.
I was just asking what they doing for.
No, it was more people.
Okay.
Second Ezra, chapter 3, verse 5.
Yeah,
2nd Ezra, chapter 3 and verse 5. And gave us a body unto Adam without soul, which was the workmanship of the hand, and did it breathe into him the breath of life.
So God gave a body unto Adam. This is talking about the first Adam, the first man, which was the workmanship of his hands. How you doing, bro? We just talking about our history, man. What we explaining is everybody in the Bible were black. Did you know that? You didn't know that. You knew that? Okay. So read on.
And he was made living before thee, and thou leadest him into paradise.
And God led Adam into the Garden of Eden, paradise, which is Jerusalem, which is Africa.
Now,
see,
read that again. Read
it again.
Verse 6. And thou leadest him into paradise.
Adam was led into paradise. The Garden of Eden was in Africa.
It most likely was, but yeah.
No, I know it was.
But I think we're getting mixed up with the different.
No. Let me finish my point. Because today you have what the white man has created called the Suez Canal. You can look it up, and what it does, it divides the land of Israel from Africa. But it was all one landmass that we had at one time.
Where's the Nile?
But that's irrelevant. What does it have to do with anything? What does it have to do? It's in Egypt. What does it have to do with anything?
They used to call it Nile in Mississippi River.
Go ahead.
Verse 6. And thou leddest him into paradise, which thy right hand had planted, before ever the earth came forward. And unto him thou gavest commandments to love thy way.
What was given to Adam?
Commandments to love thy way.
The commandments were given to Adam. That's what I'm saying. From the very beginning, the Bible just means collection of books. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's a history book.
Scrolls that he put all together.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. But the commandments, Adam had them from the very beginning.
So Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel, after the story, after you go to the story of Cain killed Abel and all that stuff, and then he went to the nation of Canaan. You're saying that there was more people on the earth, that they were just in a different part of the earth that wasn't just full, right?
No, I'm going to explain. Let me finish reading. I'll explain.
Verse 7. And unto him thou gavest commandments to law thy way, which he transgressed, and immediately thou appointest death in him.
So when Adam broke God's commandments, he cursed Adam, and now Adam and his offspring die. But from the very beginning, we was never meant to die. That's what it's saying. Read.
And in his generation, of whom came nation.
And of his generations, of whom came nations.
That's right.
There was other people. You got to remember, God created the fish,
Right.
the cattle, the
Right.
creeping things.
Right.
It was a plethora of those different species that he created. So why is it that when we read the Bible, we think he just made one man and one woman? No, there was other people in the garden. Listen to what God says. Read.
And whom came nation,
Nations,
tribe, people, and kindred.
and kindreds. So there were other people in the garden. Read.
I 100% agree with that.
Out of number.
What did it say?
Out of number.
See? Now it was more than two. Out of number, meaning a multitude. Read.
Right.
And every people walk after their own will.
And then, but it said every people walked after their own will. Meaning what? It was Adam's job to teach the commandments, but they wasn't listening. That's why I go back to Genesis. Now read verse 16 and 17 about Cain. This is what you asked about.
Genesis chapter 4 verse 16. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived.
Stop. It said Cain knew his wife. Where did his wife come from? There were other people there.
Glad you said it.
Read.
And she conceived and bare Enoch, and built a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch.
So Cain built a city. You have to have people to inhabit the city for it to be a city.
We're in agreement with that.
Right? So my point in going here is showing you that from the very beginning, God's laws was already established and set up. This is the original text. Everything else that come after this is just watered down. It's Kool-Aid.
Samaritan writings, that's where that came from. I just read that.
Say that again.
Samaritan civilization, Samaritan text, the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Mm-hmm.
The scrolls that they found over there in Iran, and they found them in Saudi Arabia. Those Dead Sea Scrolls were talking about exactly what you're talking about there. That was the reason when I started studying how I knew that.
No, that's not what they said.
That's where they got them from. That's where the story of the flood.
Well, at first you said that the Bible came from that, from the Dead Sea.
Right.
The Bible came from the
So the
Samaritan
Bible is a
text.
collection of a whole bunch of scrolls and a whole bunch of writings.
Let me. That's correct, but let me specify this.
Okay.
It was always the writings of the Israelites. It wasn't like they got some stuff from Egypt, they got some stuff from Canaan, they got some stuff from. You understand what I'm saying?
Who wrote it?
The Israelites.
That's right. Which one?
Give me the book. Give me the book of what is it? About Baruch. You know what I'm talking about?
Baruch is a good one. Go ahead, bring that one up.
Give me Baruch. Go to the book of Baruch. Go there. As a matter of fact, give me Deuteronomy 1:1. We can start there.
But yeah.
Listen, Moses wrote the first 5 books. You understand what I'm saying? The prophet Baruch wrote Jeremiah and Baruch. Solomon wrote Song of Solomon. As a matter of fact, give me Song of Solomon, verse 1 and 1. The different authors, the books are named after the authors for the most part. This wasn't taken from different cultures. The books are named after the authors for the most part. Listen to what I'm saying. Yes, that's why before that I said Jeremiah. Yeah. You good though. The book of Jeremiah was written by his scribe Baruch. You understand what I'm saying? But for the most part, Luke wrote Luke, Mark wrote Mark.
Teacher.
John wrote John.
Teacher.
Isaiah wrote Isaiah. You understand what I'm saying?
We're going to go back to that. Go ahead and go.
Solomon wrote Song of Solomon, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes. Did you know that, sis? Did you know all the prophets in the Bible were black? You knew that? Where it say that in the Bible? You know, sis? You remember? Watch this. Sidebar. Give me Job. No, stay right there. Read verse 5. Watch this. Read verse 1 then verse 5.
This is the book of the Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 1.
Bring it up.
This is the Song of Solomon.
The song of songs, which is Solomon.
So it said this song is Solomon's, meaning he wrote it. He's the author. Read verse 5.
Verse 5.
Listen to what this says, sis.
I am black.
I am what?
I am black.
I am what?
I am black.
Solomon was a black man, according to the Bible.
That's right.
Give me the book of Job.
He said he was black as a translation. I'm pretty
Solomon,
sure speaking English right now.
Solomon was black.
But he said those words that I am black. We won't speak in English, speaking Hebrew back then.
If I say if I say me encanta el Dios, what that mean? What does that mean?
I don't know.
It means I love God.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter if Solomon said I am black in Hebrew. When the scholars translated it, they gave it the same meaning.
That's
I
right.
am black. We know he didn't use the actual word black, but from what it was translated from, that's what he was saying.
Right.
I'm a dark man. Go back. Read the rest of it.
Dark, yeah.
The Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5.
Bring it out.
I am black, but comely.
He says, I'm black, but I'm comely, meaning handsome. I'm black, but I'm beautiful.
No problem with that.
Job.
Job, chapter 30, verse 30. My skin is black upon me.
That's what Job said. My skin is black upon me.
Teacher.
Give me Jeremiah 14.
Careful with the translation, man.
My skin. No, brother. You can't evade that. My skin is black upon me.
I know, we know what we're talking about.
And here's the crafty thing. White people would try to say that the black means a condition, like he was sad.
No.
Your skin don't get sad, brother. You understand what I'm saying?
They call us carpet color and dark people in there. They never use the word black. They call us carpet color.
He said, read it again.
Job, chapter 30, verse 30.
Let's say black.
They didn't use that translation.
My skin is black upon me.
And you know what the Hebrew word for that would be? Kadar.
Kadar is right.
Dark.
Right.
Dark.
Yes. Dark.
So if you say
black.
Kadar,
This is shades of brown. We know.
yeah, but he's telling you his
Yeah.
complexion.
Right.
Right. We got enough sense.
Yeah.
He's telling you his complexion.
That's right.
And he got to make it plain because today you got people who want to disregard this Bible. We just went and showed you that the commandments was from the beginning. Anything that came after this was plagiarizing this. Right. That's why I went to Noah, because it said Noah, because you got to remember, that's why I said that God killed everybody but 8 people. That was Noah, his 3 sons, and their wives.
Which God?
The God of the Israelites, the God of the Lord, the God of the heavens, the sea.
What did they call him?
We can get there. We can get
Please
there.
don't say Yahweh Jehovah.
We can go there. We can go there. Because you're not gonna stump us. These questions.
No, I'm not. I'm actually learning. I don't want to interrupt what you got going on here.
We can answer that one thing at a time, though.
I got you.
Because my whole point is, I want you to understand that. Yeah, you find out who you are. You not. What did you say? You're not Niji. Because we had history before that. Before our people got here, this land that we call America, at one point it was never inhabited.
It's called Turtle Island.
It was called Arsarith.
Arsarith it was called Turtle Island by the Niji and the natives.
No, it was called Arsarith.
Arsarith is what the Portuguese called it.
No, Arsarith, it was called Arsarith. That's what the Bible calls it.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Meaning a land that was never touched. If you allow me to share, I'm gonna share.
Oh, I am. I'm listening.
All right, where you at? Nope. Jeremiah 14. And what I'm showing is colors throughout the whole Bible. But we didn't know that. You understand what I'm saying? A couple years ago, we didn't know. But what's happening is God is putting his spirit on the prophets, and they're going out and teaching their people. The same way it happened in how we like to say the biblical days, it's happening now.
Learning. I'm glad to see y'all out here.
What happened back then is happening now. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 2. Judah mourneth.
It says Judah mourneth. The word Jew comes from Judah. So when you hear the Jews, it's talking about Judah.
That's right.
The southern kingdom of Israel.
That's true.
Because northern kingdom, who we call the Hispanics and Native Americans today, had already came on this part of the earth. And we're going to show that. And we got the historical books that coincides with the Bible. Read it again.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof language.
The gates language, meaning we don't have leaders in our communities. We got LeBron James, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Lil Nas X. Those are our leaders. Nicki Minaj, Icy Spicy. Those our leaders. God said our leaders lack. Read.
Right.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof language. They are black.
They are what?
They are black.
They are what?
They are black.
God says that the Jews, which are you black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, are black unto the ground. Give me Genesis 2 and 7. From the very beginning, Adam, a so-called black man, was a man of melanin. Read.
Genesis chapter 2 verse 7. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground.
God says man was formed from the dust of the ground.
That's right.
Meaning he was dark, he was brown.
That's right.
The deeper you dig, the darker it gets. So Adam, from the very beginning was a black man.
That's right.
But what happened to these black people? Give me Deuteronomy 28. That's what the officer was bringing out. Deuteronomy 28. What happened to the black people that the Bible speaks about? Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So Moses said, it's going to come to pass. If you Israelites, you black Hispanics, and Native Americans decide to disobey God, that what?
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Then what will happen?
That all these curses.
These what?
Curses.
These what?
Curses.
Read.
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
God said if we disobey his commandments, curses would overtake our people.
That's right.
And one of the curses is that we will be put on slave ships and we will be brought into another land. Give me 68.
That's right.
That particular one you're saying, I'm sorry, I don't agree with the slave ship thing at all.
God said it though.
You sure?
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
Stop. God says he's going to bring the Israelites into Egypt. What does Egypt mean? See, a lot of people just think Egypt is a place. It was called Egypt for a reason. What does Egypt mean?
That's the second translation of it. What's the first translation?
No, I said what the word Egypt mean because it's a Greek word. It comes from the Latin word Egyptos.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm asking you. What does Egypt mean? It has a literal meaning.
I don't know.
Give me the precept.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2.
See, what's your name, bro?
Dario.
The Bible explains itself. We just have to read it. Read.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
So Egypt,
out of the house of bondage.
Egypt is the house of bondage. Egypt means slavery.
That's right.
Captivity.
That's right.
Constriction. Resistance. I'm sorry.
No.
That's what Egypt means. Egyptos means captivity. Why? Because the Israelites was captive in Egypt for 400 years.
That's right.
So when you go back to Deuteronomy 28:68, and God says, I'm going to cause you to go back to Egypt. Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With ships. When the Israelites left Egypt the first time, they walked out on dry land. So God is telling them, I'm going to send you back into Egypt with ships.
That's right.
They didn't have ships back then. They had boats.
Read it
Ships.
again.
They didn't have ships.
And
A ship is a big boat. Read it again.
A ship is
So big that you can put bodies on it.
Ship is definition of something that has its own propulsion.
Read.
Anything else is a sailboat.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
He shall
Careful
bring
with
you into
translation.
Egypt again with ships. And here's the thing.
Yeah.
When you read verse 15, watch this. This is the beauty of God. Read it again.
Verse 15.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
Moses says, but it shall come to pass. So what the prophets wrote, they had to write it so we today will understand it.
That's right.
We understand that a ship is a very big boat.
Right.
Read it again.
But it shall come to pass.
But it shall come to pass. Give me verse 46. Why did God allow Moses to write about things that happened thousands of years later? Read.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
God said the curses would be upon our people for a sign. Why? Because we will lose our identity in slavery.
Right.
You don't know that you're an Israelite. I didn't know I was an Israelite. You understand what I'm saying? Our sisters don't know how they dress. The Bible says the sisters were so delicate that their foot never used to touch the ground.
That's right.
Because we had servants and they would carry the women everywhere they needed to go. That's delicate. We don't know that type of royalty.
Teach y'all.
Different. I'm glad you guys out here. I get what you're saying. It's just the information that you have is good. Be careful with your translations. I studied this stuff for many years.
You know the precept in Psalms?
You don't have the book of Enoch in there, do you?
The book of Enoch that we have today is not the correct book of Enoch. So no.
Pull up the scroll. Oh yeah, you can pull up this. It's hard to read the syllabus, but you can pull those up.
The book of Enoch we have today is not the original book of Enoch.
Got a bush of Usher in there?
The book of Asher, you mean? We don't have the book of Asher today.
Okay.
As a whole.
While you're looking at that before I get out of here, the reason that I have I disagree with you with the translation, and I used to believe that wholeheartedly, 100%, until I started doing research on it. We were not. They made us to believe that we was brought from there. That's the best way to steal somebody's country is telling them it came from somewhere else.
Nope. Because if you give me a little bit more time, I'm going to explain. I'm going to explain how these prophecies are correct.
How did we got over here?
I'm going to explain that. These people, tell me your name again. I'm
Dario.
super bad with
Dario,
names.
you call me D. Dario.
D.
Okay.
D. This is what happened. We as a people are known as the 12 tribes of Israel. But in history, bear with me, in history, these 3 tribes broke away from these tribes here.
Tribes are Anunnaki, man. That's Anunnaki.
You understand what I'm saying?
I know what it is. It's Anunnaki.
I don't know what you're talking about. Listen to what I'm saying though.
Okay.
These 3 tribes, it's 12 of them,
Yeah, I know.
broke away from these 9 tribes right here.
Yeah.
But we are one people.
Yeah.
This is what society calls us, but this is what we're called in the Bible. We just read that the Jews were black.
Right.
The Bible says Christ came from the tribe of Judah. His skin was like burnished brass,
Oh yeah.
and he had woolly hair.
I agree with all that.
So
Yeah, I agree
I'm
with
going to
that.
show you how we got here if you just give me time.
Go ahead.
The Bible explains all that. So these 9 tribes split from these 3, but we're one people. The blacks, the West Indians, the Puerto Ricans, the Cubans, the Dominicans, the Guatemalans, we all one people.
That's right.
The Native Americans, so-called, we all one people.
That star is important.
That's irrelevant. Listen what I'm saying.
To what's going on, what you're reading it goes exactly what's going on.
That's a compass. That's the compass. That's not the 6-point star. That's the compass.
I know.
That's the compass. So it's the compass. We're gonna leave it right there.
All those and I'll leave it with this. What you're explaining to me now, I kind of understand what you're saying, but you're talking, when we go back to Samaritan, you're talking about the Anunnaki and the tribes that they set up as civilians. That's what you're talking about.
You don't go no further back than the beginning, bruh. I read to you.
Bible is new. When the Bible was categorized as a book?
The Bible is not new.
What year?
The Bible is not new.
What year was it put as a book?
Listen,
I can tell you the year.
listen what I'm saying. You can't watch this. And you be careful what you say, because we study.
Very careful.
Be careful what you say.
Choose my words wisely.
Okay, I'm gonna let you answer. You tell me what year the Bible was, whatever. Tell me.
The year that they called it a canon, the year they called it a canon and called it what Bible was what? 1635 is when they collect all the books and call the canon. King James and everybody else made their own version of how they wanted to serve the Bible. And if you have a different date, I must be wrong.
Okay.
It's called what's called a canon. It was never called a Bible. It's called a canon.
All right. So,
and I'm not disagreeing with you. I like listening to. I don't want to see like we're going back and forth. I enjoy this. But
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Bible as we have it today is called. This Bible is called the 1611 KJV.
Yeah, version.
King James version. Because King James authorized the finishing of the translation of the Bible. But what people don't know, wait, the Bible was not in English.
No, never.
It is now.
It is now. It is a Slavic.
You gonna let me finish?
I'm sorry, go ahead,
the Bible was not in English back. We'll just go back to when Christ walked the earth. The Bible was not in English. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
What we have, what the language that the text was translated from, most of it was Greek and Latin. That's why you have that's why you can find this Bible before it was in English with all these books. It's called the Septuagint. You understand what I'm saying?
Septuagint, true.
So it was not in English.
No.
But you have to understand the prophecies in the Bible. Give me Isaiah 28. Hold what you got in Proverbs. Give me Isaiah 28. The Bible, the translation may be new, but the Bible itself is not new.
That's right.
How could the Bible speak about Adam, him being the first man, and the Bible's new?
The Bible, as collectors, as we know it now, is new. They didn't have Bibles back then. They had scrolls.
Yeah.
Scrolls that were written all over.
Right. So you know the only difference is the scroll. You could take one book at a time and read it, but now they're all together because of this. Isaiah 28.
Yep.
Isaiah chapter 28, verse 9.
Bring it out.
Who shall he teach knowledge? And who shall he make to understand doctrine?
Who shall God make to understand this Bible? Because everybody can't pick this Bible up and expound upon it, explain it. Show the deep mysteries. Go through the history. Read. It's a rhetorical question. Read.
Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
Them that are conversant in the small things of the Bible.
That's right.
A brother got to grow his beard. A sister can't wear pants. A man got to take care of his wife and children. Read.
Verse 10. For precept must be upon precept.
Precept got to be upon precept, meaning one instance in the Bible is written somewhere else. So you can find out about this if you go to that book, and then this book, and then that book. If the Bibles were still separated in scrolls, you wouldn't be able to do that. But God had a prophecy that he would allow to be fulfilled, that now we can do that and go through the history and understand we are the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
Read.
Precept upon precept, line upon line.
Line upon line. Meaning Isaiah speaks about something Jeremiah spoke about. Jeremiah.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah.
I'm sorry,
it's irrelevant. I don't care what the language was. I don't care. The language don't matter.
It do, because the translation matters.
No, because repent and keep God's commandments is the same.
That's
no
right.
matter how you say it,
That's
brother.
right.
The message,
Teach
the
y'all.
message,
Talking about the Almighty.
the message did not change.
I'm listening. You talking about the Almighty. You talking about the
The message did not.
God of the heavens of this
The
earth.
message did not change. That's where you're getting hung up at. This right here.
Read.
Line upon line. Here a little and there a little.
Watch this.
For with stammering lips and another tongue.
God says there's going to come a time where the Israelites aren't speaking Hebrew. So, with stammering lips and another tongue,
Right.
another language.
That's right.
When the Aborigines got here, they wasn't speaking Hebrew.
Aborigine. What do you mean when you said the Aborigine?
The people you say you come from, they wasn't speaking the original Hebrew.
No, they weren't.
So okay then,
No, they
language is, you don't get caught up on the language. Did the message change? The message never changed.
Message from.
Read.
Go ahead.
Will he speak to this people?
Read again.
For with stammering lips and another tongue.
Another language. Read.
Will he speak
Will God speak
to this people?
to this people, the 12 tribes of Israel?
That's right.
That's why you can find the Bible in French, in Creole, in Spanish, You can find the Bible in these different languages because we as a people were scattered in every nation under the heaven. Deuteronomy 4:27.
Of course you can find a Bible they use to control people.
No, they don't. Because you know, watch this. Oh, read this. No, go to Daniel 9:11. It's not used for control.
It used to be. Yes, it is.
No, not now, because you can read now.
Well, yeah, now it's different.
Okay,
yeah,
then,
but the original way.
So we're speaking about now.
But I mean, after you said that, we'll get back to our original question.
9:11.
Daniel chapter 9 verse 11.
Bring it out.
Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law.
All Israel transgressed God's laws. All Israel.
Who
Read.
said that?
The Bible said that.
All right, man, go ahead.
What do you mean?
said that?
Daniel. This is Daniel. This is Daniel writing.
Daniel said that.
All Israel, the Israelites, transgressed God's laws.
It's a good book. Keep going.
What are you hung up on?
Problem is, because I've studied this a long time, and I used to be exactly where you at.
No, you.
Trust me, I was.
Okay, that's neither here nor there. Go ahead.
The translation and what you're getting and what you have here as a Bible, and when you kind of say this was inspired, this came from God, this was more of, if you without getting off subject,
Go ahead.
the reason why humans were created. It's a reason why we was created.
Why was we created? Give me Ecclesiastes 4.
The plain answer?
Yeah.
Mind.
To work what?
Mind.
Mind?
Mind.
Like M-I-N-E?
Mind like dig. That's what was created.
Mind like what?
Dig like mind.
That's why we was created?
Yeah.
Where do you get that from?
American Bible.
All right.
Three souls. The Dead Sea Scrolls
No,
says it clearly.
12. The whole duty of man.
Inky, Rolf, all of them.
Look, 12.
Inky was the one that was responsible for making humans.
We just read God made the first man.
Translation, man. I told you, be careful with the translations.
So here's the thing. You have to substantiate your cause on something.
Yeah.
Because I can go in this Bible, I can show you.
Without that,
let me finish. I can go in this Bible, I can show you the people were black.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
I can go in the Bible and show you that these people had woolly hair.
Yeah.
Let me finish. I can go in the Bible and show you that a portion of these people who we call the black people today, the Negroes today, came over here on slave ships. We just read that.
Can't do that to me.
We just did that.
Can't prove that to me. Not
We
even
just-
a little bit.
we
Now,
just
the
read-
rest of it, yeah.
We just read it though.
Slaves, they did not come over here on no slave ship. We were already.
See, you ain't listening.
I'm listening to you.
See, no, you ain't. Watch this. These, the black Americans, the West Indians, and the Haitians came to the Americas. This side of wait, let me finish.
Go ahead.
They came to this side of the earth on slave ships.
Okay.
These other 9 tribes was already here,
Okay.
but they came here also. They wasn't created here.
That's right.
Because civilization, even the white man knows civilization started in Africa.
Yes, right.
Okay. Now, since I let you go ahead and say that, when you say slave ships are brought over here, that's already been said that did not happen.
It did happen.
As far as slave ships, when you got, you know what that's a picture of right there? That's a military picture.
What do you
of how
point
they?
to?
This one right here. That's a military picture. That's a military picture. I can actually pull up the things where y'all got the pictures from.
These
those
black
are-
people landing the ship, that's a
those are-
military picture?
Let me finish. I'll let you finish.
Go ahead, bro.
All right.
Go ahead.
The
I'm
reason
listening.
why they were sitting up doing tests because they packed that many people on the ship. Back then, they wasn't called ships. They were called skiffs and boats. No matter if you call it a big boat, whatever, a ship is defined as something that has its own propulsion, meaning engine has its own propulsion, fossil fuel. They were called boats and sailboats. It takes exactly 6 months to cross the pond. It takes exactly 6.5 months to go up north to come back down. Those they didn't have no stillman, they didn't have no running water, they didn't have anything. Nobody would have lived. And the max they can carry back then, including crew, was 35 people. No, everybody was dying. You would die 4 days without water.
So let me get this straight. Let me get this straight.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
When you read the book of Exodus, chapter 1, was it chapter 3? You read about the Israelites building the pyramids, which no like structure was ever built again.
Anunnaki.
Let me finish.
Go ahead, man.
You got the Israelites that built the pyramids, right?
Yes.
These massive structures.
Yes. Yes.
Proportions perfect.
Perfect. Still is.
And to this day, scientists don't know how we made that. So you mean to tell me we can do that?
What?
And since the time of the pyramids, there was never a structure like that built again until the Eiffel Tower, which is imperfect. You mean to tell me we can build the pyramids, but we can't build ships?
That's not what I'm telling you at all.
That's what you just said.
That's not what I'm telling you.
You just dumbed down our intent. You just dumbed down who we were as a people.
That's what you just said. I never said that. So,
we could build the pyramids, but not ships.
So now you want to
A sail ship that travels by the wind.
Sail boat. Don't say ship.
Sail boat.
Yeah.
Sail ship. Sail. What did you call them? Skimps.
Skiffs.
Skiffs.
Skiffs,
Sail.
that's what
You could call it a dinghy. Call it what you want.
What? That's not what you misrepresent me, because I didn't ever say that. I never alluded to that. That we would make the pyramids.
So listen.
So what
listen.
I'm saying, I let you talk, right? I was
Go.
quiet.
Yeah,
So
because
now-
you playing semantics.
No,
Whether you
way.
say
Detail.
what you playing semantics. Whether you
I'm
whether you
listening
say
to you.
boat or ship, we got to understand that type of transportation we was put on that and brought here. I don't care if you say big boat.
Boat or ship. Let's get around it. Let's just think critically and logically. That's what, without emotion, think critically and logically. Does it make any sense? And by you being a smart, intelligent man, as all of us are, does it make any sense? Now, I'm going to go back and answer the question about the pyramids. Yes, we built the pyramids that was helped by Sumerian civilization and the Anunnaki. Look up the Anunnaki if you don't know who they are.
I don't. This Anunnaki dude, I don't know this guy.
How are you talking about this? You know what Anunnaki is?
I know who Adam was.
Anunnaki. Do you know what I know? Before you tell somebody else, look at Anunnaki, they're going to embarrass you when you don't know what Anunnaki is.
I know who Noah was.
That's a Samaritan writing that talks about Anunnaki, talks mission Noah and all of that. So you got to know what that is. Now the other pyramids was in South America.
Wait.
Remember? South America had pyramids too. And the pyramid in South America is bigger than the one over there in Egypt. Now, they both was made perfect by us. By us. They both was made perfect by us. Now, when we get back to the transatlantic slave ship, that's already been debunked that minute, the way that we were told it happened, did not happen. Not even close to that happening. That was not physically, it was not possible to do it. Now, we're intelligent, we can get, you got to remember, back then we was building the Egyptian pyramids. What are they? We call them spaceports. Remember that now.
Let me ask you a
That's
question.
in the Bible too.
No, spaceport is not in the Bible. Let me ask you a question though.
Translation of it is.
Let me ask you a question. When the conquistadors came here to the Americas, the conquistadors, when they came here, you do agree that they came here, right? The conquistadors.
Explain to me what that is.
The Spaniards that came from Spain and conquered the Native Americans, the so-called Native Americans.
No, man. You say they came through the Bay of Portugal. That's what you're talking about?
No, listen to what I'm saying. You're not listening to what I'm saying. I think you just want to rebuttal.
No way. I want to learn.
Spaniards. The Spanish came from Spain to this side of the world.
They hit South America.
That's history.
They did.
So you agree that happened? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
History documents that there was a certain type of ship that they came on, that they robbed and stole all kinds of goods from the Native Americans and took back to Spain. Did that happen?
No. I've been doing it for 20 years, man.
Nah.
No.
That's crazy.
And the thing about it, I can give you documentation
that's crazy
to show you.
But this is what. Watch this. 2nd Ezra 13. We're gonna lean on the Bible because here's the thing. And here's the thing. If you don't know the history, I can't necessarily make you know the history.
Oh, I know the history.
You understand what I'm saying?
Now I may not know the history of you guys.
No,
I haven't studied.
That's not what I'm. No, that's not what I'm saying.
Much.
What I'm saying is, it's documented that the Spanish came over here and robbed.
Along with the Moors.
The word itself, Puerto Rico, means rich port. Why? Yeah, it means rich port. Why? Because the land was rich in resources.
Puerto Rico is a terminology, man, that was given. Ronald Reagan called people Puerto Rican. Puerto Rico never called Puerto Rico. Come on, man. You got to go back way back.
No.
That's not
You ain't listen. You ain't listen.
Puerto Rico.
I didn't say it was.
Oh. And so that means that word is a disclaimer.
The word The landmass we know today is Puerto Rico,
Yes.
which means rich port.
Keep going.
I'm telling you why it was called that.
I'm listening.
Because the Spanish, Christopher Columbus, the conquistadors, came and robbed that land of the resources.
Christopher Columbus came here?
I do, because God said.
God told you Christopher Columbus came here.
The Bible speaks about that. Yes, I believe that. Yes, I believe that. Yes, I believe that. It's documented.
Search.
It's documented.
Do more research.
Hand me those books right here.
Dude, you gotta do more research. Oh, you're on the right path. Do more research.
It is. It
Because
is.
a scholar or somebody that's been doing as long as I have is
See,
going to eat you up with that.
No, it
Because
doesn't
you
eat
can
me
only
up.
go back to the Bible. If you that the way
Yeah, because the Bible has the beginning
the
and the
Bible
ending.
was written by people, man.
Whoa. I'm dumbfounded.
Why would you do
Please go get your book that wasn't written by a man. Show me a book that wasn't written by a man.
Bring it out. There isn't anything that's
Bring it
not
out.
written by man, but let's not change it
So what? No, I'm not changing the subject because
Yeah.
you made that statement.
I did.
Show me a book
Yeah.
that was not written by man.
I'm not gonna have any right here.
So,
Unless you're talking about Nahshon.
so how does your statement? How does that decredit the Bible? All books were written by man.
Some parts of the Bible is geographical.
Show me a book not written by man. Since you made that statement, show me a book.
We've already declared that everything. We've already established.
So why say that?
Here's the reason
Because
why.
you want to discredit the Bible. Psalms
I know
19 and
it's a good
7.
book. It's a good book.
You want to
But
discredit the Bible.
As far as accurate,
That's what you want to do. The Bible is all the way accurate.
absolutely not.
And this is why our people try to
Because man,
decredit the Bible.
Psalms chapter 19, verse 7.
Write it out.
The law of the Lord is perfect.
God says his laws is perfect.
Man wrote that. Go ahead. Keep going.
God's laws is
Man,
perfect.
God
That's
said
right.
Man wrote that.
That's right.
And you know what that
If I
means?
want to control you, I write it there in the book.
You see the condition of our people? We in the ghettos. We got the worst jobs. We got the worst foods.
Who's that? Who's
Gang violence is in our neighborhoods.
Who are you talking about?
Drug dealing runs rampant in our neighborhoods. Prostitution. You would be a fool to say those things don't plague our communities. I can't even speak to you no more if you can't even
Of course they do.
acknowledge that
course they
that
do.
reality.
It's not the only community that plagues it. Of course it does. Anybody that does not pick themselves up and do what they're supposed to do, that's going to plague
That's
them.
not true.
Now,
That's not true.
Disadvantaged.
Sir, that's not true.
We have been disadvantaged.
Because the white man has stolen everything he has, and he's still on top.
That's right. That's right.
Yes, he has, though.
The Arab man, the Palestinian man,
Teacher.
during 70 AD, raided the temples of Jerusalem and stole the gold, the menorahs, along with the white man. And you know what? They still on top.
That's right. Teacher.
Talking about, because you're talking about...
I'm speaking about history.
Yeah,
We speaking about history.
I don't use the
Because your problem is you talking about us as one. You might not be struggling. You might not be in the
That's
ghetto.
right. That's
You
right.
might not have the worst food.
That's
But us as a people, these are the plagues that Moses wrote about in Deuteronomy 28.
That's right.
We're needed.
These plagues,
We are needed.
these curses plague our people.
We're needed.
But God says his laws is perfect. Read it again.
The law of the Lord is perfect,
This entire Bible, perfect. Read.
converting the soul.
And it converts your soul. That's the problem. Our people don't want to convert.
That's right.
Because God says, if I sleep with a woman, I have to marry her. That's a perfect law.
Convert.
God says a woman has to be in subjection to her husband.
That's right.
That's a perfect law.
That's right.
We don't want perfect. We happy with what we want to do. We happy with it's funny. We can say these different things about the white man like he didn't conquer the Americas, South America, Central America. We can say these different things is not true. But when you look, everything we do, we subscribe to be like him.
That's right.
I don't.
You sure?
I'm real sure.
You really sure?
I'm real sure.
Can I ask you some questions? You may be an anomaly, but us as a whole,
There's 70s. Let me say there's 70s.
you cut me off. No, you cut
I'm
me
sorry.
off.
But remind me so I can finish my point. Go ahead.
All right, you may be an anomaly,
Okay.
but us as a whole, we don't keep God's laws.
Okay.
We keep Christmas.
Why?
We keep Thanksgiving.
Why?
We keep Easter.
Celebrate none of
We celebrate birthdays.
that. Celebrate none of that.
We celebrate New Year's.
Shouldn't.
We don't wear our beard. The
Sure.
4th of July, we celebrate Juneteenth,
For what?
which doesn't have anything to do with our people.
Absolutely nothing.
You understand what I'm saying?
We're on the same page.
And watch this. We eat shrimp.
Shouldn't eat.
We eat crab.
Shouldn't eat none of that.
We eat
It's
lobster.
a bottom feeder. Shouldn't eat.
We smoke.
It's bad
We
for you.
smoke weed.
It's bad for
Talking about you looking for a higher conscience. This is the highest conscience.
That's right.
So you're on the right path now. You're on the right path.
And this is what we don't do. We don't keep Passover. We don't keep Feast of Tabernacles. We don't keep Pentecost.
Teach
We
y'all.
don't keep the Day of Atonement.
Bring it out.
Right.
We don't keep Purim.
Bring it
That's
out.
right.
We don't keep the Day of Simon.
Right.
We don't keep the destruction of Nicanor.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
We don't do those things. But we do everything else.
Right.
And you know what else we do? We'll trim our ways. We'll say it'll be brothers because I can relate to how it seems you are. I was this kind of guy. For lack of a better way to put it, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
Like
no,
conscious. I was conscious, right?
Conscious community.
And what happened is we'll say we don't do all these things, but there'll be somebody close to us that we'll sort of trim our ways for to please. You know what I mean?
Should never do that.
Anniversaries is not of God.
Neither,
none of that stuff-
neither is a wedding ring.
Right. Wedding rings is not of God.
Pagan religion. Keep on.
Right. None of that stuff is of God. But we as a whole, what we'll do is we'll say, I don't do these things, but it'll be a daughter. I got you this toy. I didn't get it for your birthday. I got you this toy though. Here goes some money. I didn't get you nothing for your...
Self-conscious, you're doing the same thing.
I didn't. Yeah, exactly. So that's the problem. Our people don't want to conform to what the Bible says because God says His laws is perfect. Think about it. The Bible says this, Leviticus 19. Think about if every black man in America, just in America, kept this law right here.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17.
Right.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
If every black man and black woman kept this law, think about how much better our communities would be. It wouldn't be no gang violence.
Right.
It wouldn't be black on black crimes.
Not trying to cut you off, but I'm not trying to be facetious here. But when you keep using the word black, you realize Caucasians did that on purpose.
Yeah,
You
bruh.
gotta stop. And I know
Bruh.
that's how you
Bruh.
get reaching people.
That's
but when
small.
you- No, that's real
I thought
big.
we got past that. You can't get past that?
No, that's real big. And let me tell you why it's big to you, and everybody else.
I
in
thought
here.
we got past
because when you keep using that terminology,
I thought
you
we got
are
past-
giving them more ammunition.
No, you know what gives them ammunition? When you break God's laws.
That's right.
That's when you give them
That's
ammunition.
right.
When
That's
you
right.
break God's laws,
That's
you give
right.
the white man ammunition.
That's right.
Because one time, and history coincides with
They're
this
not
issue.
white neither, man. You call them who they are.
Since you're a history buff, history shows you.
Shorty, yeah.
History buff. History shows you. At one time, we ruled the world, and every nation was under us, the same way we under every nation now.
Right.
History tells you that. But God says, because you broke my commandments, I'm going to take away that authority from you, and I'm going to give it to the people that used to serve you. That's what the Bible says. That's what God's Bible says.
All right. Back to the original thing I said. I wanted to go back to what I was talking about, right?
You
No, not this. You asked me a question. You said that that I'm an anomaly, that I'm one of a kind, pretty much. So here's what I'm saying. There's 77 million right now. 77 million Niji here in North America right now. 77 million of us. Not anomaly.
what does Niji mean?
Niji is the original. If you look it up, it says, let me finish.
I'm asking, what does it mean? Niji. What does it
Niji
mean?
is a people, is a race, not black. Black, what country is black from? Point to it on the map. I don't know where it is. What country is African American from? I don't know what it is because I've been over there all parts of Africa, all through Africa, Djibouti, Jebel Ali, Fajara, all through there. And when I went over there and I talked to a guy, which was a Caucasian person from Caucasus, North Africa, from the mountains of Caucasus. When I talked to that person, he actually was European when I talked to him. He was an African American. Now, when they come over here and say, when we call ourselves African American, that's a disclaimer. Now, the way that they can do that is, okay, you're giving them your birthright. And what's coming soon, brothers, and I want you to pay attention to this before I go. They can deport you quickly. You say, I'm African American. You're just giving up your birthright to this land. And they can deport you.
What does it have to do with anything?
It has to do with a lot because what you're saying here doesn't matter after that.
It does, because the Bible is the solution to our people's problems.
Bible is written by men, along with all other books is written. If you want to say there's inspired by God, you had a man tell you that.
You know what that's like saying?
How do you know?
When you say the Bible was written by man,
Yes.
and so is other books, this is what you're saying. I got a purple shirt on, but so does these other brothers. They got purple shirts too. It's irrelevant, bruh. Why even say that? It's irrelevant.
Because you're basing everything on it. Everything.
Right, because the Bible is our history.
On everything on a man's right.
The Bible is
everything.
The Bible is our history. Wait, who told you was Niji? And please don't tell me you was born like that. I don't want to hear that. Who told you was Niji?
Nobody.
Who told you? Where did you learn you was Niji?
Niji, my great-great-grandma told me what I said. What I'm African, she said, no, you're not. You're a Niji, and I'm going to tell you what tribe that you were from.
Your great-great-great-grandma told you was Niji.
Yes, my grandmother is 92, and my great-grandma was
Who told
alive.
her she was Niji?
Bring it out, Doc.
Her granddad.
Her granddad, who told
Now
him...
we're getting back to 1600 now.
All right, see, if you ask me about my history, I'm going to be able to show you. So I'm asking you, in the 1600s, who told your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather he was Niji?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Okay, so what you're trying to substantiate your claim on is very,
So,
you know what I'm saying?
After I was told that, I went and did research.
You got holes.
So I did research. No,
Okay,
we all got.
Okay, so you did research.
I did research.
Where?
Research. Oh, I went over there to Jabal Ali, to the ministry. I went over there to Jabal Ali.
And who did you talk to?
The ministry of Jabal Ali. So the ministry, the guy that does the records. I was going there to see my African heritage.
Okay.
So when I went over there, real quick.
Wait, brother. You can't use words like African because Africa was named after Amerigo Vespucci, and he was a white man.
Exactly.
You can't use the word African, brother.
Exactly. Just like you use the word black to try you understand.
So it doesn't matter then.
We on the same part. So we understand that we use
No, I'm not gonna play these semantics.
So you
because when I say black, it's a problem. When you say African, it's not a problem. I'm not gonna play semantics. Either you can use the word or you can't.
We can't.
I know what the people was called before they was called Africans. Do you?
Yes.
What was it called?
You just said it, but I don't understand. You just said it.
I didn't say it.
Continent was not called Africa.
So what were they called?
I don't know right off.
You don't know? So let me get this straight. You went back to Africa to learn about your identity, and you don't even know what the place was called before it was called Africa, but you went there to study and learn something?
I didn't go there to study.
What you saying? Don't make no damn sense. It don't make sense.
I see why y'all talk loud.
Wow.
It don't make sense.
I understand.
It don't make sense. No, what you saying? I can give you the mic. Everybody gonna hear what you saying. Don't make sense, brother.
Would you like me to explain?
I'm waiting. You went to Africa, right?
I went to Africa years ago to
Here.
try to figure out.
You gonna speak up?
I went to Africa years ago to try to figure out my heritage.
Mm-hmm.
I was not conscious then.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went there, I gave them American names. I said, I'm Johnson and Daniels. They said, my brother, I'm sorry. We cannot pull up those names because they are American closed names. They told one of them was Scottish and one of them was English. They said, we need to know your spiritual leader or your tribe to be able to see for you African American. I said, well, I'm African American. He told me in the face, he said, most likely you are not. You are either was brought on the Spanish or Moor, or you are indigenous Niji from North America, but you are not African American. There's nothing to pull up.
So when he told you, you said this. I'm listening with you. I listen very good.
Go ahead.
You just said I can't tell you. I would need to know who your spiritual leader is.
I would need to know your tribe or your spiritual leader.
So who did you tell him your tribe?
I didn't have it.
So how could he tell you who you were? If he said that he needed those things to tell you who you were.
Most likely you are one of those two.
So
I still had to keep going.
So most likely you were what? Say it again for the mic.
Either Moor or Niji.
You can't use the word Moor, bro. That means black. Moor means black.
Right.
Right.
You can't use that word Moor.
So
what are you talking about?
You want me to make up the story? I told you what was said.
Okay,
So it was way back then.
So you either Moor or what?
He said you either Moor or you are Niji.
Niji?
Yes.
Niji. Are you familiar with the word negus?
No.
You're not? Oh.
No.
So that would lead me to believe that you don't even know what Niji mean. If you don't know what negus is.
Niji, N-I-J-J-I?
Yeah, negus, N-E-G-U-S.
No, I don't know what that is. I know what Niji means. I don't know what
Right.
that
The word Niji,
means. Is what?
negus, Negro, nigger, niger, all come from the same word. The word you're saying is not even. Wait. The word niji is not even. What's the word I'm using? It's not even original to the word, to the language that it come from. You understand what I'm saying?
You're doing their bidding, man.
It comes from a Latin word, which means black.
That's right.
Black.
Teach y'all.
Black.
Hey,
Black.
A good idea what y'all doing, man. But do your research.
You understand what I'm saying? So you calling yourself
Put that down and do
Niji?
research, man.
You just saying you black.
Niji is a people. That has not a color.
But the words mean something.
It means a people.
Niji does not mean a
Japanese is a people.
people. Niji, but the word means something.
Means the original.
The word words
of North
words
America.
mean something though.
You're not listening, are you?
I am.
Japan.
It means
Japanese,
something.
right? What does Japan mean? Well,
I don't care. I'm not Japanese.
You may not know that.
I don't know.
They are describing a people.
Right. But why? Because the word that they're being described as means something. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So words have a meaning. So when you call yourself nigger, it means black.
No, it does not.
When you, oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh shit, man.
Nigger don't mean black.
Are you serious right now? That you said the word nigga means black?
The word nigger means black. I'm very serious.
It is an English language.
No, it doesn't come from English. No,
Okay, now,
no.
now they're on the right page.
But where the word comes from, it means black.
Yeah,
The word niger means black. The word negus means black.
That's
the word negro means black.
That's right.
The word niji means black.
That's
Niji does not mean black.
What does it mean?
Indigenous, Aboriginal. Look it up, man.
So niji means
It says original.
It means what?
When you look
It means
up,
what?
The original Aboriginal. You know what Aboriginal is?
So you mean
Aborigine is
so
what?
wait,
Aborigine is what?
wait, so you mean to tell me
I'm just
the word aborigine
Aborigine.
is a Niji word?
Aborigine is describing a people too.
You know what aboriginal mean? I don't really know, so I have to say I'm the original.
Wow.
That's really what you're saying. You really don't know exactly where you come from. You just know you're the original.
But
you were the
like
first.
I said, I still like y'all being out here, man.
You understand what I'm saying?
You gotta do your research, man, because you're gonna mislead people. Bad.
No, not at all.
Bad.
Not at
well,
all.
Yeah. Well, so you got, cause y'all got good points. Y'all own it. Y'all own it.
Our voice is true. This really happened.
Right.
The Bible says this.
That's right.
This really happened.
That's right.
The so-called people that was here first. This is those people.
I know that one. I know that one. I know that one.
This
and
really
I know
happened.
that one right there.
This happened.
know
This
that.
happened. This happened.
Right.
This happened.
Right.
This happened.
There was slavery. There was
This happened.
slavery.
In
There was-
the Bible talks about this. What? If the Bible don't?
Absolutely.
So if I can show
It talks about slavery, but it doesn't talk about here because slavery coming to America.
it does.
It does not.
Give me 2nd Esdras 13.
Gotta remember the Bible's not that old.
Yeah, it really
Not
is.
that old.
It is. See, this is the
People
thing.
make their
See,
own
see,
translations too. But that's why you
Listen.
got all these different religions
Listen.
out here, man.
Listen.
Because they make their own.
Listen.
I listened to you for a long time, but
It's not a religion, though. You understand what I'm saying?
But they got their own religion, and here's the reason why. They got their own translations of what they want to do. King James did the exact same thing.
No, he didn't.
He wanted
He didn't,
his
though.
people to do
But
the exact way
what
he
you're saying
wanted.
is a lie, though.
They took out books, they put out books. That's fine.
It's fine with stating lies.
No, I said they took out books and they put in books. That's fine. That's what they want to do. But if you're basing everything off of a book that is fairly new, why doesn't that book talk about dinosaurs? It has nothing mentioned of the Leviathans. It talks about Leviathan, which is alligator. Why does it talk about that?
You know what they say in
Because
Job?
the Bible is new.
So wait.
Friends
No. Because when you say something, you got to be able to
Back it up.
back it up. The Bible does speak about dinosaurs.
Let me hear it.
You gonna humble down there?
I will.
You hear this?
I'm
You got this
still
on camera, right?
I'm
No,
still
because you're not
humble.
humbling. Because everything
I'm
we've been
humble.
showing you, that the average person your age know this happened. Calm down.
The one before.
Job chapter 41, verse 1.
This is the book of Job, chapter 41, verse 1.
Now let me see if you was paying attention. You said you said you was humble. What color was Job? How did he look? How did he describe his skin? Black. Job described. We read it earlier. That's how I know you're not listening.
Okay, well, I'll take your word for that. I'll take your word for it. Majority of them, I'm gonna use the word black. Majority of everybody on this earth is black. So I know that already. So that's not
Go
a big
ahead.
problem.
This is the book of Job, chapter 41, verse 1.
Bring it out.
Canst thou draw out Leviathan?
It says, "Can you draw out Leviathan?" Meaning, can you take a fishing pole and draw this creature out of water?
Go ahead.
Read.
Keep going.
Canst thou draw Leviathan with a hook, or his tongue with a cord what thou lettest down?
Right. Can you fish him like you can fish a bass? It's a rhetorical question.
Leviathan.
Because they knew, they lived during those times. Leviathan was a big creature.
Right. Yes.
The Bible speaks about dragons.
Yes. Keep going.
So what are you talking about?
All right.
You just okay. Read on.
Keep going.
Canst
Don't get upset. Keep going.
I'm not.
Keep going.
I'm astonished by your hypocrisy.
Keep going.
Canst thou put a hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a thorn? Will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he make a covenant with thee? Wilt thou take him for a servant forever?
But because he was big, what he's asking is, can you overpower this animal? Jump to verse 7.
Verse 7. Canst thou fill his skin with barbed irons, or his head with fish spears?
Can you hunt him like you would hunt a small creature? No. Read.
Lay thine hand upon him. Remember the battle. Do no more. Behold, the hope of him is in vain. Shall not one be cast down, even at the sight of him?
Shall not even one be cast down. You listen to what it's saying?
None is so fierce that dare stir him up. Whom then is able to stand before me? Who hath prevented me, that I should repay him? Whatsoever is under the whole heaven is mine.
Read verse 14.
Verse 14. Who can open the doors of his face, when his teeth are terrible round about?
His teeth are terrible round about. Read.
His scales as his pride, shut up together as with a closed seal.
His scales. His scales. This is talking about what?
One is so near to another that no air can come between them.
Read.
They are joined one another. They stick together. They cannot be sundered.
Verse 21.
Verse 21. His breath kindle coals. A flame goeth out of his mouth. His neck remaineth strength. A sorrow is turned into a joy before him.
So, no, get me about Enoch. Find Enoch. It's close by. Listen to this. You said the Bible doesn't speak about dinosaurs. The Bible speaks about those creatures.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 49. Then didst thou ordain 2 living creatures, the one that callest Enoch, and the other Leviathan.
Leviathan and Enoch. One dwelled in the sea. This type of, if you want to use that word, this dinosaur lived in the sea. The other one lived on land. Enoch and Leviathan. Read.
And did separate one from the other.
Read.
For the 7th part, namely where the water were gathered together,
The sea.
might not hold them both. Until Enoch thou gavest one part, which was dried up the 3rd day, that he should dwell in the same part, wherein are 1,000 hills.
And where 1,000 hills. So this one animal, this one type of animal lived on land. Find me the precept. It's in Job. Enoch it talk about how big his tail was. How he ate from the top of the trees.
You're talking about Enoch is a what?
No, this creature was called Enoch. See, that's what I'm saying. Words mean something.
They do.
So yes, this creature was called Enoch. Yes.
This is the book of Job, chapter 40, verse 17. He moveth his tail like a cedar.
Read verse 15.
Verse 15. Behold now, behemoth.
Behold, behemoth.
Right. Wow.
The big animal. When people say you're a big behemoth, you ever heard that? This is talking about dinosaurs. Read.
Which I made with thee, the earth, grass, and an ox. Lo now, his
Which I made with thee. He eateth grass as an ox. Meaning he was a herbivore. This dinosaur. Read.
lo now, his strength and his loins, and his force is in the navel of his belly.
His strength is in his core.
He moveth his tail like a cedar.
He moved his tail like a cedar tree. You know how big a cedar tree is? His tail was like a cedar tree. You see how big that tree is? That's not no elephant.
Right.
So yes, dinosaurs, what you said wasn't recorded in the Bible, is recorded in the Bible.
Teach y'all.
Read.
Teach him up.
The sinews of his stones are wrapped together.
The sinews of his stones are wrapped together. Talking about his balls.
Read on.
His bones are as strong pieces of brass.
His bones are like brass. Read.
His bones are like bars of iron. He is the chief of the way of God.
He is the chief of the way of God, because a man could not, you understand what I'm saying? Man could not fight this creature.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish up.
He that made him can make his sword to approach unto him.
Only he that made him can kill him. Read.
Surely the
Which is the Most High God. Read.
surely the mountains bring him forth food.
Wow.
The mountains bring him forth food, meaning he eats from the top of the mountains.
That's
Wow.
right.
That's right. That's right.
So dinosaurs isn't in the Bible?
What book is that?
Call it again. Call it and read from again, because he
No,
don't
what,
believe.
what?
I said call it and read it again.
This is the book of Job, chapter 40, verse 20.
Job chapter 40, verse 20.
Yes.
No, that was Enoch. That was Enoch.
We reading Enoch or we reading Job?
We reading in the book of Job about the creature that was called Enoch,
Got it.
the dinosaur. Enoch the dinosaur.
Enoch the dinosaur.
Yeah, this is what this is talking about. It said he feeds from the top of mountains. It said his tail was like a cedar tree. That's not talking about a giraffe, bro.
No.
That was talking about a dinosaur.
Now.
So wait, no,
Got
we gotta deal with that. So you said dinosaurs is not recorded in the Bible. So you are one of two things.
What's up?
You was just ignorant, or you a liar. I'll let you choose. Anything else on that?
I'd rather be ignorant because you can learn from ignorance.
All praise. I can respect that answer. I can respect that.
All right.
What is nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word